What's up, everybody? Cigar Sherpa, Laird, Mayhew, back with another cigar review. Today, I've got the My Father, Flor de las Antillas in Bellicoso. Stay tuned.
I can smoke stogies in my house, first of all, because her father introduced me to stogies, and second of all, because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
All right. Welcome back to another installment here at Cigar Sherpa. I, of course, am your host, Laird Mayhew, and if this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button. Leave us a like, a share, comment, tell us what you think, all that good stuff. And if this is not your first time here, as always, welcome back. We appreciate the support. So like my intro said, today I've got the My Father, Flor de las Antillas, or the Flower of the Antilles, however you want to pronounce it. I've got it in Bellicoso. It's 5.5 by 52 ring gauge. This is a Nicaraguan Puro. This has a Nicaraguan Sun Grown wrapper, binder and filler. It's a Puro. It's all from Nicaragua. And it was the 2012 Cigar of the Year according to Cigar Aficionado. Very prestigious list. I don't really know much about this cigar. In 2012, I was living in Nigeria. I was actually living off the coast of Nigeria, and back and forth between drill ships, and I was really just smoking Cuban cigars at that time. So there's a period of time there where I've smoked a good number of cigars, but as far as knowing what their history is or how they came about, it's a loss to me on some of these older cigars. But the way I understand it, this is a medium to mild or mild to medium cigar blend for the Garcia family. They're kind of known, or as I know them, for full-bodied, full flavor, just bomb, just strength. And I don't know what the thought process was. I'm guessing they were like, hey, let's do a medium body. I guess it worked because they won 2012 Cigar of the Year, and that's not easy to do. So construction on this bad boy is beautiful. I mean, this thing's been in my humidor for about 3 months. I bought it a while back. I just put it on the catalog and just kind of made its way to the back. And my last review was a new cigar. Didn't really get many reviews, and I still just can't get people to try the Superfly by Oscar. Go out and try that cigar, y'all. It's a good cigar, trust me. And if it's not, let me know. But back to this one. It's got like invisible seams. I mean, I'm looking for them here. Nice wrapper. It's got one big vein going up there. It ain't going to be a problem. It's a mottled, like chocolatey brown. You can see that. It's got 2 bands. Little foot band here. The smell off of it, smells like, that smells like chocolate. The foot smells like a chocolatey coffee, but the wrapper just has like a barnyardy, almost hay. But I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a cut and a light. Come back and tell you what I think about it from there. Stay tuned. All right. Right away, I'm getting a kind of a sweet tobacco. That's what it is, sweet tobacco. Got a little bit of black pepper spice coming in on the retrohale. I kind of messed up the light a little bit. Sometimes I don't always get it perfect. Got a slight coffee with the sweet tobacco, and the black pepper on the retrohale for sure. It's still creeping up right now. It's still lingering. Pretty good so far. The smoke, starting to get creamy now. Ooh, starting to kind of taste creamy too. Pretty good. I'm going to get into the first third, come back and tell you what I think about it from there. Stay tuned. All right. We are in the first third here. It has developed. We are about 10 minutes into this. I don't know, maybe 8 minutes. I'll start keeping track of time from now. This is a very good cigar. It's still on the mild to medium side for me, but the tobacco, the sweet tobacco core is just, it's kind of a nice change of pace because it doesn't come out with this big old earthy, peppery bomb. It's actually very nice, relaxing. It's a sweet taste, a sweet tobacco, a hint of coffee there. But the smoke is just very it's like a creamy. Is creamy cedar even a thing? Because that's what it tastes like. And there's a slight spice. I don't know if it's cinnamon or nutmeg or baker spice. It's with the pepper. It's mixed in with the pepper. It's got this peppery spice, okay? And it's got good pepper on the retrohale. But overall, I'm enjoying it. It's kind of like, that's what I said. It's a sweet, creamy, tobacco, spicy, peppery cedar. It's got everything. It's got everything. I'm enjoying it. Very nice. I like this Nicaraguan Sun Grown wrapper. It's very nice. It's like a sheeny. It's kind of like an oil sheen to it, like a milk chocolate. It's a wrapper that I enjoy. But so what do we got here? We have the My Father Flor de las Antillas, or it's the Antilles Islands. I guess island chain. I got the greater and the lower, or the large and the small, and of course Cuba would be in the larger. It's like Jamaica, all the Caribbean islands, the Antilles Islands. Of course, Flor de las means the flower of, and I'm boring you with the details right now. I'm just gonna shut my mouth. I'm gonna smoke this cigar. I'm gonna come back in the second, third, and tell you what I think about it from there. Stay tuned. All right. We are in the second, third, and we're coming up on the halfway mark. We ain't quite there. This is a 5.5-inch cigar, so I really don't have much change. It has kind of transitioned slightly. That sweet tobacco core has kind of melded into a woodsy, more on the cedar, but just like a dry woodsy note along with that coffee. And I tell you, speaking of the coffee note, it's pairing great with this black coffee that I am drinking here this late morning. I was up late last night. I don't know if anybody out there's a boxing fan. I have not been a boxing fan for many years. Coming up in the mid to late 80s and the early 90s, when the heavyweights, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, I'm not a big fan of his, but the heavyweight bouts were just, when Mike Tyson was fighting, whether you loved him or you hated him, you were watching. It was HBO before pay-per-view kind of took over. And then the welterweights and the lightweights kind of took over the scene for a while with the Ward, Irish Mickey Ward, and Arturo Thunder Gotti, the three bouts. I watched all three of those last night back to back, and I should have went to bed. But I watched one just for old time's sake, and I was like, boom, boom, boom. I watched all three. I watched the Douglas Tyson fight where Douglas beat him in the 9th round, I think, and knocked Tyson out. Everybody was like, it just takes me back and remember. But anyway, getting into my point, Tyson Fury, the current heavyweight champion, it's got me kind of excited about boxing again. There were many years there where I would say, I couldn't even tell you who the heavyweight champ was, And back when Foreman and Tyson and Holyfield, you always knew who the heavyweight champ was. Tyson was just like this mythic god figure. Anyway, that's what had me up late last night. So it's in the late morning, and I'm gonna get back to this cigar. So that, what was I saying? That sweet tobacco core kind of shifted to the side. It's still got a sweetness to it, but that tobacco-y core is kind of melded into like a cedar woodsy note, and it's got that coffee note kind of on the finish there, kind of like a black coffee, just kind of bitter, but a nice bitter. The smoke is still creamy, and the spices actually get back to paying attention to the cigar. Black pepper's still there, and that spice is still there. Spice, kind of like a peppery spice in the retrohale, more of a nutmeg. Just a very, very good cigar. It's burning. It's getting a little wonky now, but it's been burning razor sharp the whole time. I'm gonna go ahead and take this band off. And like all of the My Father lines, the bands are like works of art. Literally like oil paintings that you would see in a museum or like an old Victorian style house. I don't know what that is depicting. I guess they're farming naked. I don't know. I'm sure you've seen it. Very nice band. Add that to the collection. I got like 1,000 bands, and one day I'm going to do something with them. I don't know what yet, but I just can't throw them away. So anyway, that is the second third. I will come back in the final third and tell you what I think about it from there and close this baby out. Stay tuned. All right. We are in the final third of this baby, and let me just tell you, I have really enjoyed this cigar. It's starting to get a little warm now. I'm probably going to throw it in my teeth, jump in the car, and smoke on it just for the sake of smoking on it. But the flavors have kind of gotten to a point where they're not going to transition anymore. It just is what it is at this point, and they're going to start fading off as it gets shorter. A little bit of a transition here from the second to the last third here. The spiciness, it kind of develops into a nutmeg, okay? The cinnamon is not really there. It's like a spicy nutmeg. The pepper, the black pepper, kind of starts to subside a little bit, start taking more of a backseat. It's still there deep in the retrohale. The sweetness kind of starts to fade away a little bit. It still has that sweet tobacco-y core with some nuttiness there. I would say closest nut I could associate it to would be an almond, is what jumps out at me, like a roasted almond. And the smoke is still creamy, and it's got that sweet cream on the palate. This thing has burned and drew perfectly throughout. There was a few issues in the burn where about halfway through it started to get a little sideways, so I had to kind of set it down, let it kind of mellow out. It did correct itself, and I mean, I don't know enough about the cigars of 2012 to know whether or not it is a #1 cigar or not, but it is a very good cigar. I'm still more partial to of course, the La Bijou, but that's a more full-bodied smoke. But the La Antigüedad by my father, I really like the Ecuadorian Sun Grown Habano Rosado wrapper. Okay, I keep a box of those, and it's one of my dailies. But this cigar here, I would have no problem throwing into my daily arsenal. I believe it comes in around $8 a stick, so it's right there at the top of the daily arsenal. You can catch a box of these for about $158, but I shop around, catch them on sale at Cigars International or JR's, and if you can get them down below, get like a good 30% off. Plus, I get a 10% military discount. Definitely come across these on sale. I'm going to buy a box of them. So I highly recommend this cigar. I'm sure you've tried it already if you're a cigar aficionado and you've been, smoking for a while. But if you're new to the game, and like a buddy of mine that I speak to damn near on a daily basis, he's a subscriber here, Joe. If you're watching, he said yesterday, I'm a total what do you say? I'm a My Father fanboy, and if you're going to be a fanboy of something, you can't go wrong with the My Father line in any. I have not had one that I did not like. The white label, that was the Garcia and Garcia. I don't know if that was a My Father line. Not really a fan of that, but everything else from Don Pep and Garcia and the My Father line is just great. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed this review. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Give us a like, give us a dislike, give us a share, a comment, whatever, and we'll see you the next time. Cigar Sherpa Laird Mayhew reminding you to be polite to everybody that you meet, but always have a backup plan in case you got to teach a young man a lesson, Joe. I'm out.